Oh shit, I fucked up, y'all. I fucked up. But this is my chance to say hi to people. Hi, M West 907. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Tiffany. We were just talking about Bailey. There's my boy Rick. You're gonna do big things in life. And you and your baby are so cute. Oh, Lupita! Hi, how are you doing, by the way? We should talk offline, girl. Kelly. Okay, so we were talking about Bailey. I think I did something to her in the house. So I assumed that I must have accidentally said something to her in the house. I probably was shady towards her. I probably fucked up. I don't know what it is, but she just didn't like me. She started to not like me. And I actually enjoyed that banter that we had in the house. So we would like, poke at each other. And I always looked at her as like my cousin or a sister or something like that. And it was funny to me, but I think she didn't think it was funny, and then it turned into kind of disdain, and then it started to get a little bit sharp and jabby. For my opinion, like I felt like she started to get a little bit mean towards me, and I felt like I must have said something. So that's probably why she's not trying to bother with me right now. So she just didn't like me. Yes, very much that. When I talked to Davon in the jury house, the conclusion was like, look, just because we're the same background, potentially, even though she doesn't recognize my background, but just because we were supposed to come from the same background, it's like we don't actually have to like each other. It's not like all the black people actually have to like each other. And I think it just boiled down to that. We just actually didn't like each other, probably. So even though I like them, but it wasn't like mutual. And I'm okay with that. It's okay if they didn't like me. What do you think of Swaggy C? I'm obsessed with him. Davon told me that I talked too much about Swaggy C, and that's why Bailey was upset at me. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was so offensive. And she was like, yeah, you made it seem like you were sexually obsessed with him or something. I was like, oh my God, I was kidding. Like I have a sexy ass husband. Like I was just kidding. So I think Swaggy C is dope. I think he's like this smart guy that's into investing. I have nothing negative to say about that guy. I love it when you guys are so nice. Girl, I am not good. No, she's not. Bailey's not mean to everybody. She's sweet. Did you see what Jesse from Big Brother 11 said about you and Keisha? No, but I bet you it's Shady Boots. I bet you it's Shady Boots. I bet you Jesse's saying something Shady Boots. Who do you still talk to from BB22? So, did you get along with Enzo? Okay, that's good parlay. So, who's reached out to me from BB22 is not a lot. Keisha, Nicole. Actually, hold on. What the fuck? Keisha, Nicole, Enzo, Nicole F. David. Yeah. Nicole F said hello and we've exchanged some DMs together. Here's an unpopular opinion as well. I need to watch the show. Let me just watch the show because it's like Okay, y'all. I'm about to say something that's just going to be controversial. So on my original season 11, there was a player named Natalie. Right? Got off of the show and she turned out to be one of the most hated house guests of all time. I remember the producers were telling me like, wow, she is the most hated house guest. They learned this. They were telling me like, we learned the idea of a rootable villain and an unrootable villain through Natalie. Nobody, like she was an unrootable villain. But I have since landed on this. Also too, Natalie outside of the house, she's some crazy Trump supporter. So in the house, I love Natalie. I'm obsessed with her. My experience with her is fine. Outside of the house, totally different opinion. For me, Nicole F, inside the house, I was fine with her. How she looks on the show, what diary room she did, what kind of edit she got, maybe it's totally different. I'll have a different opinion. But I'm a firm believer of like, you're allowed to have two opinions about things. Like, you're allowed to be like, hold both. Like, you like someone in one experience and then you don't like them in another experience. So I potentially could watch the show and really not like Nicole F. the way she came across on the show. But my experience in the house, she was fine. The only negative thing I have to say about Nicole F. is, so, how can I phrase this? So, oh shit, how can I do this? Okay, so you guys know about the wall yellers, right? And for some reason there was one wall yeller that was obsessed with Nicole F. And so there was a situation that occurred, and Nicole F. looked me dead in the eyes, like dead ass in the eyes. And she was like, just so you know, our relationship has totally changed. And now I cannot trust you and you cannot trust me. And moving forward, everything has changed. Looked me dead ass in the eye and was like, and I was like, the hell? I was like, what? She completely, like, she went from this, for me at least, she went from this like girl that was like always pretending to be like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And all of a sudden she turned into business, leaned in towards me and said, our relationship has changed and we can no longer trust each other, basically. I was like, oh my God. So that's when I was like, damn, girl, how are you coming across on the show? Is she dramatic? Maybe that's the problem. Opinion on Bo. Bo? Obsessed with Bo? Are you talking about Bo from like, what season? Season 6? Obsessed with him. He's like an icon. See, no one is... I don't understand. See, I was just so off on this game, you guys. Why haven't you watched this season yet? Because it was an awful season for me. It was not a pleasant experience for me. I will do a live session of me watching the premiere episode because I feel like I look back on my memories of the live move-in and it's very positive. But everything else after that, it turned into like, this is some fucked up shenanigans. So, your original season, how long did it take you to hear back from Big Brother after you sent in your audition video? It took like, really quick. So I get a sense that when you guys audition for Big Brother, and by the way, if I got on the show, please, you guys, every single one of you guys could apply to be on the show if you want to. Because if my basic ass got on the show, then y'all can get on the show. So let me just tell you. So if they're interested in you, they will call you back. The response will be relatively quick. I've heard of things where it's like maybe they'll put you on ice and then contact you later. But I think they'll contact you right away. So when I applied originally, they had contacted me, I don't know, within a couple of weeks, it felt like. And then it just happened. Oh, hold on. Are they accepting audition videos right now? Who sent in an audition? Are you talking about for this season? We're talking about Canada, aren't we? I don't know. Yeah, CBS is casting an inclusive cast for the reality shows. Thank you, Jesus. You don't even understand. It is just like, I am so happy about that. So they are casting right now. Okay, y'all need to submit audition videos right now. I can give you guys good, quick little pointers. Pick something about yourself and highlight it. Pick one thing. I would say one or two things. I've actually auditioned for Survivor, The Real World, and Big Brother. And I went through all three audition processes. And I learned from Survivor and The Real World that you should really pick one thing. Because what I used to do was talk about everything. Like, oh my God, I'm Black and Japanese. Oh my God, I was Jehovah's Witness. Oh my God, I've been in a relationship with my husband for like, or my boyfriend at the time, for like, you know, a decade. And I remember they would look at me and they'd be like, they would literally say at the time, like, we don't know how to kind of put you, where to put you. So then I realized fairly quickly that you should just pick one thing. And so just pick one thing that's the most interesting about yourself and highlight it, and then like make it big so that way people can kind of see like how to come across. And then also really show that you can tell great stories. Of course, it varies for everybody, because what if you're like a comp beast? Like what if you're like an athletic jock who wants to apply? Then maybe just highlight that you're an athletic jock. So it's like it varies for everybody, but for people like me, if you're a basic ass bitch and you want to apply for Big Brother and you ain't got no goddamn skills, you're not smart, you're not strategic, you're not athletic, then what you really should do is highlight one aspect of your personality, make it big, and then show that you can actually tell a story and tell it very interesting and engage people. And I think that's a good first tip. Are you trying out for Survivor? I would fucking die to be on Survivor, but there's no fucking way. Is Grodner racist? No, she's not. I don't think so. Because there's a lot of like, the show has changed beyond Allison and Rich. There's like many executive producers now that I was interacting with many of them, and they're just a couple of them, and they seemed very fair. They seemed like, I think they got the memo, you guys. They've got the memo. I've heard all the fans, you guys are all like the critiques. I sensed the difference between my original season and this one from the executive producers. They took all that feedback and they applied it. They were fair. They were kind. They did not, like I didn't sense any shenanigans this time. So this is really great. Thoughts on Sequester the show? Okay, is that the one that, what's her name made? Because if it is, okay, it is her. Because yes, I heard that's great. That's awesome that it's doing so well. And it's so smart during actual COVID quarantine time. So how does the diary room actually work, Ava? So you get called into the diary room, and say, for example, you get called in and you just sit down and they tell you to take off your microphone, and there's like an automatic camera right there, and it's like zooming, and they usually tell you like, oh, you look kind of greasy, so you try to get all greasy, and then they're like, hey, we saw you had a conversation about blah, 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 blah over in the kitchen. What was that about? And my response is usually like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember anything. What conversation are you talking about? And then the producer would be like, oh, I actually don't know. I have like notes that said you talked about blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I was talking to Davon about like whatever. And that's how it would kind of go. And then they would be like, so what were you thinking? I was like, oh, I was telling Davon that I think this theory about the game. And so then as we're talking, they're like trying to understand my headspace, and then they help you shape it into like something coherent. That's kind of how the diary rooms. BB should do a diary room. I think it might reveal. I don't know. Kevin, what did it feel like to evict Jeff? Oh shit! On season 11. Oh, damn, that was, oh, yeah. It felt awesome. Don't know why you got so much hate. Yeah, you should bad reads, but you were entertaining. Because I had bad reads, girl. Like, damn. Like, I was struggle busing through that season. Struggle busing. Like, I could not understand nothing. I didn't know, like, I was like, why? I was like, why within 1 hour of me moving in this house, everyone's already linked up? I was so confusion. I was like, how come everyone's in an alliance already? Like, I haven't even like talked to anybody. How come I'm nominated? How come I have not? Like, it just started to compound, and it just went down there. Best advice for going into the house. Okay, if you ever want to go into the house, study the shit out of every single season. There is 22 seasons of library. There is a whole catalog that I didn't do this season. Apparently everybody else did. I was like, I'll watch a couple episodes here or there. I'll watch it here. Let me get a sense of who Cody is. Let me get a sense of this or that. You need to study the shit out of it. Understand the competitions. Why did somebody win? Try to understand the strategy. Try to understand all that sort of stuff, because that's everybody is studying it. So if you're not, then you're behind. BB Canada. How do I watch BB Canada? I don't know. Shit. So what's the difference between the upstairs diary room and the downstairs? Okay, so... Oh my God, my legs are getting so... Let me just have a moment of like... Let me just talk with like... Oh my God, what if I made these into earrings? You guys. The upstairs diary room, downstairs diary room. One of the new things this season, I don't know if it's this season or a new thing, but on my original season, there was one diary room. Now there's two, and it was so weird because a couple of things was really interesting about this season that I noticed. First of all, on my original season, whenever you would get called into the diary room or called in general by Big Brother, it would boom throughout the whole house. So for example, if your microphone is off, everyone can hear like, Kevin, adjust your microphone, even in the bathroom. This time they figured out a way to do regional sort of like announcements from Big Brother. So like, that was very unusual for me because you can't even hear everyone being called to the diary room. The other thing that I noticed was there's an upstairs diary room, downstairs diary room. So it used to be like, Kevin, please go to the diary room. Now it's like, please go to the diary room downstairs. And I think the upstairs diary room was used for like less confessions and more like personal situations. Like if you need to put in a request, if they just need to talk to you about something that's not game related, but somebody's in the diary room downstairs, they just send you to the upstairs diary room. So that's what that situation's about. Is Tyler really in here? Because you guys know I'm obsessed with Tyler. I've been vegan because of Tyler. Oh my God. I will pay $5,000 for your key. What are you talking about? Let me go live with Tyler if he's going to go live. Tyler, you didn't get a key. And by the way, I've been vegan now ever since we were in the jury house. I have not cheated at all. I'm about to cheat though. I'm about to go to a Brazilian steakhouse and fuck shit up because I can't. I'm missing meat. But you guys don't know that Tyler and Danny inspired me to go vegan, and I have never felt so bloated in my entire life. I have never I feel healthy, but I have so much gas. So I need to figure this vegan shit out. But I've been doing it ever since the jury house. So I don't know what that is, like a month and a half. I can eat butter, so you can have... Danny is vegan. You can have butter. You can... Okay, is anybody else having vegan bloated situations? Because fuck, I can't. It's just too much. I'm hoping that Tyler will send me, I'll pay for a copy of Angela's cookbook. Because I've seen little snippets, little previews of that, and I'm like, I need help. Because what I actually did is I subscribe now to a food delivery vegan service. Because I was like, I can't figure this out. So they just send me meals, and then I just follow the directions. Because it's I don't know how to make a vegan friendly meal. So it's a lot of carbs, but I love carbs. Is that why I'm gassy? Because of the carbs? Oh my God. Angela's cookbook is really good. It looks good. I hope it's easy to actually make those meals because I'm struggle busting with these meals. Book coming soon. Let's do a trade, Tyler. No, I was about to say my key for the book, but now fuck that. That's stupid. That was a dumbass trade. How about I'll just pay for it so that way. Gas is from the fiber. But isn't fiber good? Should I take gas pills? I'm so fuck. I'm so bloated. I feel healthy, but then my stomach feels bigger, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do it for at least 3 months because like this shit is like when I watched that documentary, when we watched it together in the jury house, I was like, it changed my life. So apple cider vinegar. Okay, yes. I'm gonna do it. No, let the gas go. No, mm-mm. In the Big Brother house too, my sphincter was so tight the entire time because I did not want to fart inside that house. I was so embarrassed. So I just I really didn't fart that much. I don't think I burped that much because like I remember last time on my original season, people would be like, oh my God, Kevin farts so much. So I was like, nope, not having it. I was trying to be cute this season. Alrighty, well, I'm glad. Okay, yogurt. Yogurt is what kind of yogurt though? Ain't that like milk and shit? Like, nah, I can't be like. Why do you hate Enzo? I don't hate Enzo at all. Are you fucking kidding me? Enzo's like amazing. Enzo's one of the few people that actually reached out to me and was just like, yo, hey, what's up? He didn't have to. He just reached out to me and was like, hey, let's keep in touch, blah, blah, blah. So I really liked Enzo. I just wished we all, by the way, not me in general, we all really wanted to give it to Enzo at the end. It's just, he had to like win something and he had to like do something at the end and he didn't have either opportunity. And let me just say that doesn't speak to his gameplay because the same thing didn't happen to me. It's just the opportunity didn't arise for Enzo. So do you have hate for Russell from season 11? Absolutely not. There's only a couple people that I actually have negative feelings about, and y'all know who that probably is. So I watched Tyler's season. Show did watch Tyler's season. I have a secret too. I knew that Tyler was going to be on the season. So I was like, let me watch all of this season and understand it. But I do remember watching it, pieces of it when it did come out. So like, I made sure to watch it, and then I don't know if I actually said it, but I was terrified that I thought Tyler and Angela were going to be both on this season, and so I was very afraid that they would be there, and so I was super terrified. So no, I did watch. I still talk to Ronnie. Yeah. Well, I'm so excited, you guys. I'm most excited about this. This, if it was smaller, what am I gonna do with this, you guys? I can't even hang this. I'm excited about this. And I'm excited about this. This is gonna be like forever. I'm gonna wear this. It smells like disappointment and loss, confusion. It smells like a lot of like confusion. Bitch assness, a lot of bitch assness in this blanket. So a lot of memories. And then oh, where's the other thing that I'm super excited about? Oh, I love this. Oh, and I love that they sent me this, or I have this actually. And this I would have been excited about if it wasn't so bootleg. It's just too bootleg, y'all. Like, this is just too bootleg. Like, come on. Like, notice the difference. Like, that looks like we're actually together. This looks like Photoshop. Like, so, but I'll take it, shit. And I'm gonna hang this. You see right behind me? You see all those keys? I'm finna put